Have you ever felt like the universe is trying to communicate with you, but you're just not sure how to decode the signs? Maybe you've noticed patterns or experienced coincidences that seemed too perfect to be random, yet you weren't sure what to make of them. If that resonates with you, you're not alone. Many people struggle to recognize the subtle messages the universe sends our way. In today's video, we're going to uncover how to identify and interpret these signs in your daily life. Whether it's numbers, coincidences, or moments of deep intuition, the universe is constantly speaking to us. We just need to learn how to listen. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to understand the guidance the universe is offering you right now. For many of us, the search for guidance and answers feels like an ongoing quest. We look outside ourselves, seeking signs and confirmation from the world around us, or even from external sources like books, mentors, or even spiritual practices. The problem is, we often overlook the fact that the universe is already trying to communicate with us, sending signals in subtle forms. But how can we recognize these signs when we're too busy or distracted by the chaos of everyday life? You may have had moments where something just felt significant, like a chance encounter or a meaningful phrase you overheard. Yet we often shrug these off as coincidence or random events, not realizing that they might be the universe's way of guiding us. The issue here is that without the awareness to recognize these signals, we can miss valuable opportunities and insights that could steer us in the right direction. So, why do we ignore these signs? Why is it so difficult to trust that the universe is speaking to us? The answer lies in how disconnected many of us are from our intuition and how easy it is to dismiss the subtle nudges the universe sends our way when we're not paying attention. The signs from the universe can take many forms. They're not always loud or obvious. In fact, they often come in subtle ways that are easy to miss if we're not paying attention. But understanding what these signs are and recognizing when they show up is the first step toward interpreting them correctly. Signs from the universe can manifest in various ways, and each one has its own meaning. One of the most common forms of signs are numbers. You've probably heard of the phenomenon of seeing certain numbers repeatedly, like 1111, 333, or 777. These numbers are often referred to as angel numbers and are thought to carry specific messages. For instance, seeing 1111 is believed to be a sign of alignment, indicating that you're on the right path or that a powerful spiritual connection is near. Similarly, the number 333 might signify that your angels are near, offering their support and guidance. But numbers aren't the only way the universe communicates. Coincidences, synchronicities, and meaningful encounters are also forms of signals. Have you ever had the experience of running into someone just when you needed them most, or receiving an unexpected phone call that provided the answers you were looking for? These moments often feel too perfect to be random, and that's because they likely aren't. Even dreams can serve as signs. Often, when the universe wants to communicate something, it shows up in our dreams. The challenge here is understanding the symbolism in our dreams and how they relate to our waking life. The more attuned you become to these signs, the clearer the messages will become. One of the most crucial aspects of understanding the signs from the universe is learning how to perceive them. It's not enough to simply hope for a sign. You must train yourself to be aware and open to them in the first place. This begins with being present in the moment and cultivating a deeper level of awareness about the world around you. The first step in perceiving the signs is mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, you allow yourself to be fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without distraction. When you are truly present, you are more likely to notice the subtle signals that appear in your daily life. The universe communicates with us in whispers, not shouts. If your mind is constantly racing or if you're preoccupied with other thoughts, those whispers can easily be missed. Start by paying attention to patterns and repetition. Have you ever noticed that certain events, people, or even numbers seem to keep appearing? Perhaps you keep seeing the same number on clocks or license plates, or you keep hearing the same phrase from different sources. These repetitions are often a sign that the universe is trying to get your attention. Pay close attention and ask yourself, what is this trying to tell me? Another powerful way to perceive the universe's signs is by listening to your intuition. Intuition often feels like a subtle inner knowing, a gentle nudge that guides you without explanation. Trusting this gut feeling can lead you to insights that you wouldn't otherwise have noticed. Additionally, synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, can be some of the clearest signs that the universe is speaking to you. A synchronicity occurs when seemingly unrelated events align in a way that feels meaningful. For example, you might be thinking about someone only to run into them unexpectedly shortly afterward. Or perhaps you're contemplating a big decision and you overhear a conversation that directly addresses your exact question. These moments are more than mere chance. They're the universe's way of showing you that you're in the right place at the right time. Finally, pay attention to your emotions. If you feel an intense reaction to a situation, person, or even a thought, it might be a sign that the universe is guiding you. Emotions often act as messengers, signaling when something is significant or when you need to pay closer attention. Once you've learned to perceive the signs from the universe, the next step is interpreting them. Interpretation is where things can get tricky, because the meaning of each sign isn't always immediately clear. It often requires us to dig deeper and reflect on our current circumstances. However, with a little practice and openness, you'll begin to see that the universe's messages are always aligned with your personal journey. The first thing to understand about interpreting signs is that there is no one-size-fits-all meaning. What a particular sign means to you will depend on your life context, emotions, and even your unique spiritual path. For example, seeing the number 1111 might symbolize spiritual awakening for one person, while for another, it could represent the alignment of their thoughts and actions with their highest purpose. It's important to understand that your interpretation will be influenced by your own intuition, experiences, and the questions you've been asking the universe. To begin interpreting a sign, first ask yourself, what am I experiencing right now? Reflect on your current life situation. Are you going through a period of uncertainty, doubt, or change? If so, a sign might be offering you the clarity or direction you need. Take note of how the sign makes you feel. Does it bring a sense of comfort, peace, or excitement? This emotional response is often a clue about its meaning. One of the most powerful tools for interpreting signs is journaling. When you notice a sign, write it down along with your thoughts, emotions, and any questions you've been pondering at the time. This practice helps you create a connection between the signs and the events or decisions you're currently navigating. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and recurring messages. A simple example of this could be seeing the number 333 multiple times over a period of days. At first, you might brush it off as coincidence, but if you take note of your feelings and the events happening around that time, you might realize that the universe is urging you to trust your intuition and believe in your ability to manifest your desires. The message could be, you are supported and you're on the right path. In addition to numbers, words and phrases often serve as signs. You may hear a song with lyrics that resonate deeply with your current situation, or overhear a conversation that seems to be directly speaking to you. In these cases, the message might be less about the literal meaning and more about how it aligns with your emotions and current thoughts. Pay attention to the synchronicity of these moments. How they show up at just the right time can be a powerful clue. Another important aspect of interpretation is trust. Sometimes you may not immediately understand the meaning behind a sign, and that's okay. The universe works in mysterious ways, and the full picture may only come into focus as time passes. Trust that the signs are guiding you, even when the meaning isn't immediately clear. Lastly, if you find yourself unsure of the interpretation, Seek guidance through meditation or quiet reflection. Ask for clarification and allow your intuition to reveal the answers. The more you practice interpreting signs, the clearer they will become, and the more you'll learn to trust the universe's timing. Recognizing and interpreting the signs from the universe is only half the journey. The real transformation begins when you take action based on the guidance you've received. It's important to understand that signs are not meant to be passive experiences. They are invitations for you to make decisions, take steps, and move forward in your life with purpose and alignment. The first thing to keep in mind is that the universe often presents us with signs when we are at a crossroads or when it's time for us to make a change. These signs are nudges, urging us to move forward in a direction we might be hesitant to take or that we haven't yet considered. This could mean taking a leap of faith, making a big decision, or stepping out of our comfort zone. When you receive a sign, ask yourself, what action am I being called to take right now? This could be something as small as starting a new project or as big as changing careers. If, for example, you keep seeing the number 444, which is often interpreted as a sign of stability and protection, it may be telling you to trust the solid foundation you're building and to move forward with confidence in your plans. The action might be to continue pursuing your goals, or it might mean that it's time to reassess your current path and make adjustments. Another way to act on the signs is by taking inspired action, acting on the ideas or impulses that come to you when you feel deeply connected to a sign. Inspiration often arrives when we are in alignment with the universe's flow. For example, you might feel compelled to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, or take a trip that you hadn't planned on. These seemingly small actions can have huge ripple effects, opening up new opportunities and experiences you didn't expect. Remember, acting on the signs requires trust in yourself and the process. It's easy to second-guess or hesitate, but doing so can cause you to miss out on the opportunities the universe is presenting to you. If you're unsure of how to proceed, start with small steps. Taking one action can set the course for bigger decisions and eventually a major transformation in your life. Ultimately, the key is to trust that the signs are leading you to where you're meant to be. The universe doesn't always give us a clear map, but it does offer us a compass, our intuition. Follow it and take the steps that feel right. Even if the full picture isn't clear, the journey will unfold as you trust the process. When we start paying attention to the signs from the universe, it's common to encounter self-doubt and fear. After all, we are asked to trust in something that isn't always tangible or easy to understand. These fears can hold us back, causing us to second-guess the messages we receive and, in turn, prevent us from taking action. But learning to overcome these doubts is essential for fully embracing the guidance the universe offers. First, recognize that fear and doubt are natural responses when we step into the unknown. Our minds are wired to seek certainty and safety, so when we're faced with signs that challenge our current reality or push us to take risks, it's normal to feel anxious or uncertain. However, it's important to understand that fear often arises when we're on the brink of growth. The universe is not trying to lead us into danger. Instead, it's guiding us toward opportunities that will help us evolve. One of the best ways to combat fear is through mindfulness and self-awareness. When you feel doubt creeping in, take a moment to pause and breathe deeply. Ground yourself in the present moment and remind yourself of your own strengths and past successes. Reflect on times when you've made bold decisions and seen positive outcomes, even when it seemed risky at the time. Trust that your intuition has led you well before, and it will continue to do so. Another important practice is to reframe your perspective on fear. Instead of seeing it as something that holds you back, view fear as a signal that you're pushing the boundaries of your comfort zone. When you feel afraid, it may mean that you're about to make a big leap toward personal growth.